talking about UFOs, fake aliens, real aliens.
Come on now, Bubba. I digress. I apologize.
I hope your minds are ready to get blown.
It's about to get weird.
Let's get the show on the road.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time zone you're in. Joe, Morgan, and Laura, what are y'all up to? Good to see you guys. No, usually you guys won't see me up this early. Because usually my ass is at work, but I'm off today for go over some news. France is talking some shit, I guess, over the nuclear submarine deal that we had up Australia. I am going to put some lights on real quick because it looks like I'm in a vampire's cave right now. Oh no, I don't want you to see my boom shakalaka. Yeah, so France has been talking some shit. The world is, Joe. I guess France is hating. They're jealous. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to watch this news clip with you guys real quick. See what they said. They talking shit to us. Which is not a good choice for them dudes.
Everybody is so excited for this.
One in, all in, seemed the impression from
That's
the
Cam Keith and my brother.
Masked musketeer to the established pairing. They're all for one.
But where's the vice president
exclusionary or adversarial towards anybody.
And the one is here
Anybody.
to reassure all.
It would be naive to think that a decision of this nature was not going to cause disappointment, obviously, to the French.
Scott Morrison's submarine.
There's an ancient
began
hatred
high
between
above
French
the
and
Pacific
Englishmen.
with a call to Indonesia's president.
Very old. It's a very old rivalry between.
It was a tough
French
decision.
and
It was a
Englishmen, for
decision
sure.
that we knew clearly would cause disappointment.
Yes, this is a disappointment. We thought we'd moved on.
That's an ugly bastard.
From unpredictability, from making brutal announcements.
Working out who most galls the French is difficult. The White House can't even secure a phone call to the Elysee.
You know, I be hearing that they're trying to have a civil war in France because of that guy.
With President Macron in the coming days.
Good evening.
And France has all of Europe on its side against the star-crossed southerner.
The ministers express a clear solidarity toward France.
One of our member states has been treated in a way that is not acceptable.
You look like an
so
alien.
We want to know what happened.
A lot of
and
these
why.
people look strange.
Well, at least a go-slow's been called on Australia's lucrative free trade talks with the EU.
These issues will be worked through in the weeks and months ahead.
We have an important relationship with the European
They're trying to give.
and
Apparently, they was
plays
coming
a
together with
critical
the
role
America
in
and the UK were coming together to
join
give
the nuclear-fueled navies of the world was always about projecting power.
a nuclear
It also
submarine to
takes
Australia.
An awful lot of explaining. Scott Morrison's covering the field from Southeast Asia to Europe here, then doubling down again at the Quad Summit in Washington. Taken together, last week and this are probably the most consequential days for Australian diplomacy in decades, for good or for ill. That'll depend how convincing the explanations are. Greg Jennett, ABC News.
There's no way that there's no way that France is ready for this smoke. That is correct, Joe. Look at this shit. Look at these losers. But all these guys are carrying fucking what's Israeli weapons on them. Oh no, that's not him, but his guards, all these other people on these bikes.
Macron!
What are you gonna call Macron? Yeah, we need to be able, and here's some shit right here. I don't want to get in trouble for playing that. Yeah, this China shit. Because I heard that that China would invade. Somebody here on the show
are now living under this bridge.
They were saying, "Look, that looks like a scene from Scarface." Whenever they were all in Cuba, whenever they were all in Miami, and they said, "Go kill the communist, Tony."
Drinking water. NBC News has learned the Biden administration
This China thing
deportation flights back to
is kind of sketchy because I heard from somebody that they would attack Siberia's oil fields, like attack Siberia, and they would also attack Taiwan. But at that point, we would just allow the Russians to deal with them.
To a country in turmoil.
I forgot who told me that too. Damn it! It might have been a Roman prepper.
An enormous political crisis after the Haitian president was assassinated. NBC's Morgan.
A lot of stuff. A lot of it's crazy how
Del Rio, Texas. Morgan have been
the descendants of the French kingdom. You know, France and Haiti and all these and the descendants of the English people as well. America, Australia, like England today. It's insane. Come on now. Come on now. I think it's I don't know why it's buffer. Make it. Oh, there it is.
Temperature right at about 100 degrees, and we.
They are hot right there.
Just part of that.
Did you guys hear about the people that have been going to Walmart?
700 migrants, the majority of them from the island nation of Haiti, essentially left waiting under this bridge to be processed. The sheriff.
No, I didn't hear about that, Laura.
Detained right now. That is simply the
Sure,
only place
that sounds
they can really find any
insane.
sort of shelter after coming across in such great numbers. They're clinging to that shade as much as possible. Very little food or water. We know there's only a couple dozen bathrooms there for a massive crowd. And I'm told that a staff of about 100 state personnel, including paramedics, trying to do whatever they can there. But this is a humanitarian crisis. And I want you to hear the words of what the Del Rio mayor said earlier today. Take a listen.
We now have a third of the population of the city of Del Rio, Texas,
This shit, right?
in a confined space under.
The U.S. is blocking the southern border in the Texas town.
I want to see this shit because I heard that they was getting hit with sticks and rocks.
This man says he's afraid to return to his home country, saying there's no safety and no work, referencing the recent assassination of Haiti's president. Many of the people here had fled Haiti after the 2010 earthquake and settled in Central and South America before making their way north.
It is tragic and it is heartbreaking.
I bet they're probably getting treated like shit whenever they're down there as well.
To southern Texas Monday, where the U.S. has begun mass deportations. On Sunday,
Aaron Goodman, what's up, brother?
Including families, were flown back.
We have reiterated that our borders are not open and people should not make the dangerous journey.
DHS is planning more flights this week, but officials on the ground say they want the federal government to do more.
It takes too long to process.
So whenever you go to the self-checkout, you're saying, are you trying to say they can tell if you have the jab, Laura? Is that what you mean? If so, then that's insane. How are you guys doing today? As Cam Keith pointed out, that I was up early, that this is an early show. It feels good to do an early show. Usually I wake up at about 7 or 8 every day, but I'm not really feeling the show. I have to go to work right after that. Damn it, I can't find that shit. There it is. Anybody wants to pop on here and talk, share a story, tell us how your day's been going. Well, I'm gonna have to skip past that for now if I can find it. Sometimes they make it hard to find shit on YouTube sometimes. If I'm putting some awkward moments in here. Oh, look, here's some shit from Frank. Oh, shit. I could not be playing no Reefer Franklin, dude. What up, Mayhem Studios? Yeah, truth to that, Joe Morgan. Truth to that, my brother. But I like to watch this kind of shit. I don't get any. It doesn't affect my opinion watching this shit. But I like see. Oh, look at that. Look, they're slapping each other. These Frenchmen are. I'd say these are French patriots. Damn, I ain't reading the shit as it's coming down below. People in France are required to present the health pass to get in venue like restaurant, bar, cinema. Oh, they got to present the health pass in France. This is the kind of shit we need to be doing in the United States.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel.
Shut up, Lester Holt. Well, I guess the French are doing some shit. The French, you know, I guess the French are having they're getting tired of the bullshit there, man. And I haven't heard about no shit coming from the United States though. There ain't been no where's all the riots and all the protests and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like there been no police murders or anything like that? Has there been nothing? What's going on? You know, last year it was happening pretty much the whole entire year. Okay, Lori, so you're saying if they get too much of one eye, like let's say somebody were to get 10 bags of rice or they'd get 10 cases of water, they'd come up to you and they would say that you'd have to get a worker to fix it up for you. Okay. Yeah, I had premium before, Joe. It's something I'm considering getting again, but I just I might go ahead and get that shit after this particular program. Let me see. Hey, I hope they beat the stupid out of France because we need to make stupid painful. We have freedom and we need to stay free. Yeah, they do. You'd think, because right after the American Revolution, because of the help that King Louis, I think, I don't know which exactly, like maybe King Louis the 18th, somebody correct me, but because of the help that they were giving us, you know, that helped lead up to the revolution that they had in France, and they became, you know, that's a whole nother story too, how it led up to Napoleon and it led up to the fracture and the balkanization of Europe, basically. You know, Napoleon came through, but that was, you know, that long story short, exactly. All right, Keith, thank you for throwing me a bone, brother. It's a hard name to spell. There we go. Here it is. She a race car driver. I cannot find no videos of Diana Amelia Calida. Damn it, I'm trying to find that. Exactly. Thank you, Joe. You know, they were pretty, because like I said, that rivalry between Englishmen and French people, Bug Dude, my brother, that rivalry is very old, you know, goes back to 100 Years' War and goes back to King Edward III's claim on the French throne because of his grandmother and shit. Like, but no, but we're beyond all that shit. We executed all the kings and shit here, baby, and in France too. So we have that shared history. Yeah, please, Keith, if you can find this shit, I'll definitely watch it. I'm going to play some songs for us in the background, y'all. Some non-copyrighted jazz music. You know, I might play some of that Bud Brothers band, actually. We got 10 people in the house. That's what's up. Damn good to see you guys. You know, this Pilgrim Radio is kind of like an episode of Family Guy or some shit like that. You know, it starts off one way and it ends a whole completely, entirely different way that you would not even have expected it to go. Here we go. Oh shit, Keith got it. We'll watch this video real quick. Okay. Yeah, we about to watch this whole entire thing, cuz let's do it. I was thinking about watching a Flat Earth documentary with you guys. I don't think that would get shut down. Last time my ass tried to watch Idiocracy with all of you, with everybody, but then they shut me down halfway in between the shit. Well, let me give credit where credit's due real quick. Yeah, this is Dina Amelia Calmetta. She already seems cool. I'm gonna go ahead and give her the sub. What is this?
Welcome back to the show, everyone. It's Dina Calmetta here, and I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. But for today's broadcast, we do have a lot to talk about, and I first would like to start with the United States, as it is being reported that
We just was talking about that mayhem. Yeah, you know,
after China threatened
I feel like we should be closer with the
nuclear war. The U.S. Navy successfully conducted.
No, I don't want to mess with that bug, dude.
Trident D5
I would like for that dude to think I was cool, you know, not
Wyoming on Friday. Friday's launch marks 184 successful missile test flights of the Trident.
Wow.
The last Trident II launch was completed in February of 2021 off the coast of Florida. Director of the Navy's Strategic Systems Program said on Friday that today's test demonstrates the unmatched reliability.
I wanted to watch that, Laura, but I saw it said it got taken down. I wanted to see that.
Civilian,
it was
and
bullshit they
industry
took it down.
who bring expertise and dedication to the mission. That is truly extraordinary. He said that the same team is now developing the next generation of the Trident strategic weapon system, which will extend the sea-based strategic deterrent through 2084. Now, despite this particular test being scheduled, the nuclear ballistic missile submarines come to a
Stars
US
Prepper?
deal to work with the UK to build nuclear-powered submarines for Australia. The deal has greatly angered France, who had previously signed the $90 billion deal.
I would love to talk to this woman. She speaks very eloquently.
Australia's decision to begin acquiring nuclear weapons. Now, this particular deal means that Australia has basically torn up its deal with the French company Naval Group to build 12 diesel electric.
Okay, so that's kind of what it is. I can feel it now. So this kind of sounds like what it's kind of this kind of sounds like what it's getting towards to me. They had this deal with France because France is also a nuclear power country, I guess. But the Anglo countries, they'd rather be with they said, "No, we'd rather be with America. We'd rather be getting our stuff from England and the United States." You know what I'm saying? And then they backed out. They betrayed. You know, they backed up on their word that they had with this French company. And I can see that now. Okay.
Submarines.
I hope that's right.
6 aging Collins-class submarines. In addition to that, the French foreign minister has continued to criticize the U.S. and Australia deal, insisting that there may be major consequences to the French-U.S. relations and for the transatlantic alliance.
They probably lost a lot of money on that shit.
There has been lying, duplicity, a major breach of trust and contempt. This will not do. The fact, for the first time in the history of relations between the United States and France, we are recalling our ambassadors for consultations in a grave political act that shows the intensity of the crisis today between our two countries, and also with Australia. Britain also got a verbal lashing with the French official describing the country as a third wheel with the U.S. and Australia deal, which is worth billions. He also stated that allies do not behave the way the U.S. and others have with the recent deal. He also stated that the future of NATO will be affected as they must take account and be involved in the crisis between the countries. Spain will be hosting the next NATO summit in Madrid in 2022, And according to
Do you guys
Francis,
know if
the
Homestead
situation
Oz
cannot
has
go
that
unnoticed
video
there.
on any other
The chair of the
platforms
NATO's
like
military
BitChute
committee
or
has already
Rumble?
tried to play down the tension, claiming that it would not have any impact on the bloc's military cooperation. However, France on Saturday deemed determined to make a point that the row will not go unchecked, vowing to work on
There's
a joint
that
program
the leader
of
of
concrete
India.
actions to defend a truly multilateral international order with India, while also promising to make the EU security strategy, which has long involved the contested idea of a European Union army, which is Paris's priority. So we definitely have a very angry France on our hands. But what about the United States and China? Because tensions are rising to extraordinary levels. In fact, it is being reported that China has called the United States the destroyer of peace and stability. China has lambasted
They call us the Destroyer. The Destroyer!
the U.S. after an American warship began transitioning the Taiwan Strait. The USS Barry, a guided missile destroyer,
Heard
has
that,
begun
Laura.
the transit of the Taiwan Strait as tensions between the two countries rise. In response to the presence of the ship, Beijing ripped into the United States. In a statement, the PLA said that the United States is a destroyer of peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait and a security risk creator across the Taiwan Strait. However, the United States has denied any wrongdoing in the region. In a statement, the website of the U.S. 7th Fleet said that the Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer USS Barry conducted a routine Taiwan Strait transit on September 17 through international waters in accordance with international law. The ship's transit through the Taiwan Strait demonstrates the United States' commitment to a free and open Indo-Pacific.
And I am not trying to
The
take
United
this
States
woman's
military flies,
work,
sails, and
though.
operates anywhere that
She did all the
international law
stuff for
allows.
this.
Now, in addition
I ain't
to
trying
that,
to take it, but y'all go
according
check
to
her
a
out,
former
please.
deputy
You know,
director of
this
the
woman is
MI6, he is concluding that peaceful efforts are no longer possible between the U.S., Taiwan, and China, and that China is edging even closer to war. On a scale from 1 to 10, he says we're about an 8. He also stated that the best case scenario is that both China and the U.S. realize that they are on a par military and neither has a massive advantage. He also stated that the Chinese
You
president
already
is in
know
a
how I
hurry
feel
to
about
get
China
Taiwan
and
under his
United
belt before he
States.
leaves office, which would be for some time. But the momentum is picking up. Finally, he stated that we may be edging closer to a tipping point.
Oh,
The
he's
Chinese
losing
Party
patience.
concludes that peaceful reunification with Taiwan is not possible. They will decide that all efforts will have to focus on the military option. Now, with all of that said, the Japanese defense minister has stated that Japan is committed
They were
to
trying to
providing
give them
a
some
necessary
nuclear
response
powered
to China
submarines,
if it
nuclear
continues to
weapons
ramp up its
recently.
military aggression towards Taiwan and spark a legitimate conflict. He said because we are close geographically, what could happen in Taiwan could likely be an issue for Japan. And in that case, Japan will have to take necessary response to that situation. He explained that Taiwan is located on the nexus of the East and South China Seas, and it is geographically and strategically important. That's why Taiwan's peace and stability is not just important for this region, but to the international community as a whole. More than 90% of the energy that Japan uses is imported through the Strait
Join
around
us, Bug
Taiwan.
Dude.
So it's important to maintain the maritime order and a free and open Indo-Pacific. Now, while acknowledging that Tokyo is not directly committed to the defense of Taiwan, he said that it remains very important to Japan to support stability on the Taiwan Strait. So unfortunately, it looks like Japan could be involved in this conflict with China if China follows through on their threat and invades Taiwan. And we also have to remember that just last week, Japan announced their largest war drills in 30 years. So they are definitely preparing for something. But I would like to move on and talk about North Korea, as it is being reported that apparently they are expanding their uranium enrichment plant. North Korea is rapidly expanding its plutonium-producing reprocessing reactor just days after it was revealed it was restarting the facility. The
No,
former
do you guys
dormant
think I'd get in
research
trouble
facility, which is capable of enriching
if I were to
uranium for
watch a
nuclear
documentary
weapons,
with
is
you
being
guys?
re-renovated,
Like that,
showing
because you know I
signs
just
that
talked
Kim
about that flat
Jong-un
Earth
is
one.
planning to
Now,
ramp up
would I get in
production.
trouble
Satellite
if I were to
images
try
show
to watch a
construction is
documentary on the
underway at this
history
plant,
of
which could allow North Korea to increase its
North and South
nuclear
Korea, let's
material
say,
by
of communism and
25%.
its effects?
According to Jeffrey Lewis, a weapons expert, he said that
I'm gonna have
the
to try to
most
create
recent
my own
expansion
Discord
of
too,
the
man.
facility probably reflects plans to increase production of nuclear material
My brother,
for
thank you
weapons
so much, Bug
production.
Dude.
It goes on further to report that U.S. officials are aware of the construction of the plant and do admit that it could signal plans to increase stocks of weapons grade.
So somebody broke into
Now, just
Prepper Now's
last week, North
house?
Korea
Was
test-fired
anything
2
missing from his
ballistic
house?
missiles just days after firing a new kind of cruise missile with possible nuclear capabilities. The activity has stoked fears in one of the most volatile regions as Kim expands his nuclear arsenal. Finally, it reports that the move
Well,
is
the
likely to sign a
particular
provocation to Joe Biden
movie,
and other world leaders.
the Flat Earth
As ballistic
documentary,
missile
is
tests
on a
violate UN
website.
resolutions on the North's weapons program and are likely to trigger a diplomatic.
Yeah, the Flat Earth documentary is on a website, flatearthkingdom.com, I think. And then the other documentary, the historical things are on YouTube. Yes, like the documentaries and shit, like about history,
As it is
are on
being
YouTube.
reported that apparently
But the Flat Earth one is, yeah, I feel that, Laura.
U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken pledged on Friday that the Biden administration would.
Yeah, I feel that, Laura. And wait, Joe Moore, I just want to, you guys, I'm definitely not communist for sure. You guys, hopefully I don't throw no vibes of being a, I'd be like, better dead than red for sure. No,
continue to build on the successful efforts of the last administration.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, whenever these countries did become communist and they first started off, North Korea, China, Russia, or the Soviet Union back then, they had to cannibalize their own children, when they first started off, because all the famines, the food shortages, people weren't ready for it. They weren't allowed to get ready for it. It was like a mass cleanup of the population.
That we want to widen the circle of peaceful diplomacy because it's the interest of countries across the region.
You got to get some cameras, bug dude.
To be treated like any other country. It goes on further to report that turning to the Palestinians, Blinken said, "We all must build on these
Good morning,
relationships
Patricia.
and growing normalization to make tangible improvements in the lives of the Palestinians." He urged progress towards the long-standing goal of advancing a negotiated peace between Israel and the Palestinians. Palestinians and Israel deserve equal measures of freedom, security, and opportunity, and dignity. He also said that the accords would help in reducing regional tensions.
See, I believe that the Palestinian people should,
It goes on even further.
they should be given
Foreign minister said that Morocco believes
some kind of
there is
spot
no
along the
two-state
shore
solution.
over there. Then Israel gets the rest of everything.
He called for Jerusalem to be preserved as a common heritage for humanity, a symbol of peaceful coexistence of the followers of the three religions. So
But I think Jerusalem, I personally believe it should belong to the Jewish people.
we see a push for peace with Israel, and we keep on hearing about a two-state solution. Now, we know eventually that there will be a peace agreement with Israel, probably for 7 years. And we know that from the book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 27. We also know that they are eventually going to divide the land of Israel. And that's in Joel chapter 3, verse 2. So this is all a matter not of if, but when it happens. And we're seeing it go in that direction slowly but surely. So definitely some very prophetic things here. And as always, I will continue to bring you updates. But please do leave your comments below this video. I'd love to hear from all of you. And thank you, everybody, for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.
And tell her thank you for your wisdom. Wow. And I agree. Yeah, Bug Dude, I do think that as well. I believe the United States should just come straight back into the United States, become an isolationist country again. But that might be a little extreme. But I think it would probably be for the best, because I don't think that it's a good idea for us to be putting our, because then it's almost, because everybody talks about Roman Empire, but the Romans, they were a republic, with the Senate, and they were a republic before that for 400 years or something like that, and then that fell, and then they got an authoritarian government for another 400 or 500 years, which with the emperors, you know, and not, the United States, though, I feel like we've kind of gone through both phases. I don't think the presidents have been, but the you know, because the Romans, they would have there'd be a leader that the Senate would elect to be kind of like a leader amongst themselves. That both sides would be like, all right, this guy, you know, he kind of represents us, you know, and I definitely feel like, you know, it might be passe to say, but I definitely feel like we're heading down the path that the Romans did, but not necessarily the same way. We skipped a couple of things. Our time might be a little shorter. I went squirrel just now. Usually don't do shows this early. What the hell I'm looking up? They're on the look for that guy that killed Gabby Mateo, y'all. We're gonna go to the Pilgrim Jones Facebook page. You heard about that bitch on CNN? She'd said it's called a missing white girl syndrome. Like, in light of it. We got Pilgrim Jones. This is the Facebook page. It's called Pilgrim Jones. You guys want to check that out? It's kind of like a take on Alex Jones, but it's Pilgrim Jones. Also the name of the psychotic character from the MAG universe. Got a lot of see. What's going? What the hell going on? I hate that shit. But having Easter Island. Oh, nothing. Have you guys seen this Gabby Mateo footage?
Well, it was reported as like good idiot, like, you know.
But did you grab the steering wheel and like swerve or anything like that?
No.
Do you mind lifting up your right sleeve for me? I'm curious about something.
Yeah, everything does bug, dude.
I suppose
Heroic prepper, my brother. Yeah, but it's like, you know, that's how Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, that's how they've made their millions. They've made millions of, and now the leaders of BLM, you know, they have millions too. They made their millions race hustling.
Is showing some obscure driving, possibly intoxicated. The zone through here is 25. Oh! Subject just hit the curb.
They're probably arguing. God, it's so mysterious though, because what had look everywhere.
You want to place your vehicle in the park and go ahead and turn it off for me? No, park? Oh, it isn't park yet. Okay, turn off your engine. Go ahead and set your keys on the dash for me, all right? What's your guys' names?
Gabby.
I'm Brian. Gabby, Brian? Okay. What's going on? How come you're crying?
I'm just sorry, we've just been fighting this morning. Some personal issues.
It was a long day. We were here camping yesterday, and camping got supplies and stuff. I'm sorry I hit the bump there.
I was distracting him from driving, I'm sorry.
CIA sent a message that children were possibly in the area, and we all know what happened next. Let's have a little look. That's right, in a severe case of lack of communication, a bombshell report found that a warning was sent just before a button was pushed, sending a Hellfire missile to obliterate its target in Kabul on August the 29th. The target, a white Toyota Corolla truck, was said to be carrying an ISIS-K operative, but it's now been confirmed that it was in fact an aid worker. The strike set off a second explosion, leading the Pentagon to believe the car was carrying explosives, but an investigation concluded it was a propane tank on a driveway. The botched drone strike also killed 10 innocent civilians, of whom 7 were children.
Let's see this shit. I didn't see no fucking people around that. I didn't see no people around that. This is what's going on. Johnny Depp is against cancel culture. Okay. Let's check this out. Let's see what's going on with this deer. Let's watch something sweet real quick with y'all.
Wait, stand right there. Maybe she'll jump over.
Watch out. Back up.
Damn, it's hard to
Come on,
use this
Mama.
Facebook shit.
Wyatt, back up. There we go. She did.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that sweet? Yeah, very valid point. Keith, you know what else? Hutch had made a very good point the other day that this Gabby Mateo shit could also be something, because they were van lifers. They were van lifers. They were living a self-sustainable lifestyle. And the point that Hutch had made was that they could possibly use that to come out against van life and come out against self-sustainability. A little bit of like, oh, look at this. This shit is not good. Green from Prepper, my brother. I don't know, I called you Green from. My bad. Anybody you want to hop up on here and do some bullshitting? We just watching some videos right now.
That one's coming.
Yeah, Mission 411 is some real stuff. You guys ever heard about that?
She's getting greedy. She's a love apple.
Let me see that. Yeah, that would be hard for me not to try to eat that deer, though. To be honest with you guys, probably it'd be hard for me not to pull out my EDC and straight shoot him in the face and carve him up. Damn it! I forgot what I was looking for, thinking about eating that deer. No, that's horrible. I apologize for all the animal lovers. I'm also an animal lover. What am I looking for? Damn it! I went squirrel as I was about to blow y'all's minds. Any of y'all in the chat want to throw me a bone real quick? Any of y'all wanna give me tell me what I was talking about? Damn it. I hate that. Don't you guys hate that? Going squirrel. Story of my life. Oh, here it is. I remember now. Here's a little Missing 411 story right here. We're going to watch a couple of these now. Fuck it. We got 12 people in the chat. What's good? Let's skip this bullshit.
Authorities in Georgia found the body of a missing Brooksville.
Now this goes happening.
Jeff Patterson joins us now live at the Hernando County Sheriff's Office. This is not the outcome the family was hoping for.
Yeah, good evening, Jen. Missy Babb was last seen alive on Tuesday. The discovery
No, this is from a few years ago.
Confirmed the worst fears of her family. Missy Babb worked for 9 years as a Florida Forest Service ranger, but grew up in Tennessee, where one of her best friends told us she is the kind of person who got along with everyone.
We all got to meet somewhere. All of us got to meet to smoke the different bud from our different parts of the earth.
This is video from Eagle 8 HD this morning, taken as Hernando County Sheriff's deputies and Florida Forest Service workers search for Babb, just east of Interstate 75. Florida Forest Service personnel even used a plane to search the large expanse of the Croom Wildlife Management Area. Search efforts began earlier this week for Babb after the Hernando County Sheriff's Office got a tip about
You don't really have service out there in the woods is one thing, but some of this, a lot of these things are happening before.
That's how this started.
The
Before
Sheriff's
that had
Office
happened.
put out information that Babb was missing, and so was her boyfriend, Jeffrey Michael Morrison. Today, authorities in North Florida arrested Morrison.
He'd committed a burglary yesterday at a residence in Peach County, Georgia, an armed burglary. And also
I couldn't talk about that. That would be dope, but yeah, they'd probably be smothered. Probably back. What the hell? That's some.
Then around
Some
10:30,
strong.
authorities in Georgia found Babb.
I think they located what they thought was a body right about 10:30, but then there's the process of directing the ground units in there and then removing that body from the water, and then the confirmation process, is it her or not?
The Hernando County Sheriff's Office would only confirm that Morrison is a person.
Wait.
More breaking news tonight. Authorities in Georgia.
Every year, hundreds of people are reported missing in national
Boom.
parks and forests, many of them children. And most are eventually found, whether
Is
dead
that
or
no?
alive.
You got
But a
Dr.
small
Green
percentage of
Thumb.
the cases, some right here in Oregon, are never solved. The
Y'all
mystery
give me
those
1
cases
second.
present has one man wondering if there's a common denominator behind the disappearances that have search and rescue crews continue.
After this, I'm going to tell you guys about the guy that invented the television screen and movie screen, how he disappeared.
Walking out of the fog with
I'll be right
no
back.
clothes on at all.
Well, it's trouble. Every month in almost every state, people go into the wilderness and don't come out.
Stories like that are what fueled David Paulides, forever rifling newspaper archives and badgering federal agencies for public records. He's discovered more than 400 cases of people who wandered into the wilderness but never came back.
There are so many missing kids in Oregon, it's ridiculous.
Accounts of children, people, vanishing, seemingly swallowed up by the many endless forests across America, or even later found in ways that defy logic.
These were unusual things that don't make sense, that happen to cluster together in 3 to 4, sometimes as many as 20, 30 people missing at one location.
He's mapped out what appear to be more than 30 clusters of vanishings in forests and national parks coast to coast. Some of those clusters and cases right here in Oregon. All of them documented and described in his 2 books.
According to Oregon State Police, there are 41 missing children in Oregon.
And now also in the movie Missing 411, releasing in a couple of months.
In a lot of these cases, search and rescue, or the volunteers searching people, have already gone over certain areas, not once, not twice, but even dozens of times. And then the child is found there, maybe a year, maybe a few years later.
The search coordinators themselves are baffled by it too. The ones they don't think is criminal in nature.
The USCCA is the premier self-defense education and training company for anyone who wants to keep themselves and their loved ones safe. We have over 589,000 members. And even though the USCCA was started over 17 years ago, it was exactly 10 years ago in the month of June 2011 that we launched a new benefit called the Self-Defense Shield. Back when we launched Self-Defense Shield, it was to solve the problem of if you've done everything right, you followed the laws and avoided having to press that trigger to the best of your ability, but ultimately you were forced to shoot in self-defense, well then what next? Look, we've seen it happen hundreds of times, and the justice system is complex, especially when guns are involved. What's amazing is that over the last 10 years, every single USCCA benefit has been completely transformed. Today, USCCA membership is at least 10 times better and 10 times more valuable than it was back then. We now have hundreds of training videos, life-saving education, and world-class member experience. Plus, the 24/7 critical response team is standing by to help you navigate the confusing aftermath of a self-defense incident. After surveying our members, we've learned that over 147,000 lives have been saved because of the training and education inside USCCA membership. So join over 589,000 members with a 100% risk-free USCCA membership today. You have absolutely nothing to lose thanks to the USCCA 365-day money-back bulletproof guarantee. You can start training immediately. You can start hardening your home against break-ins immediately. You can start improving your accuracy immediately. You can learn how to engage multiple attackers or treat life-threatening wounds immediately. You get the 24/7 critical response team immediately. And because the USCCA has purchased an insurance policy, the association and every single one of its members have self-defense liability insurance. You will be safer and more prepared tomorrow, next week, next month, and forever with USCCA membership. So activate your risk-free membership today. Take care and stay safe.
Insurance has been purchased by the USCCA and is one of the benefits of membership in the USCCA. Coverage and benefits are subject to the terms, conditions, and exclusions of the insurance policy issued to the USCCA. Every USCCA member is an additional insured on that policy. Information provided herein is for informational purposes and is not intended to be a representation of coverage that may exist in any particular situation. USCCA membership is not available to residents of New Jersey, New York, or Washington State. Contact Delta Defense's customer.
Once a cop, Politis got hooked on the inexplicable.
I hope I could get paid by USCCA one day. Damn it.
Only after a government employee knocked on the door of his hotel near Park Service Land and confided in him, sharing stories about people disappearing at national parks like Crater Lake and Yosemite.
The ranger described to me, if you were standing straight up and you just had your shirt or just had your pants on and you melted directly into your pants, that's what it looked like to him. The pants were laying on the ground in a very neat pile.
Just one of many accounts in his books that leave search crews wondering if they'll ever find closure.
And after 7 years of research, we found that they replicate themselves in these geographical clusters around the U.S. One of those clusters being Crater Lake.
10 years ago, Coin 6 covered
Oh.
the search and rescue effort.
Crota!
8-year-old Samuel Belke, who had a mild form of autism and feared loud
I
noises
think it might
and
be a
bright
cult.
lights. So when Sammy darted away
GTP,
from his father
it might be a
near
cult.
Cove at Crater Lake, the
That's
many
so yeah,
searchers could
but it's
not
30. I
use
think
the
the
primary
basic
air
package is what
horns and whistles
$35 a
to
month
find
for
them.
Sammy's
USCCA.
family has let us know
That's
that
what I
one of the
got.
things he likes to do is to curl up in small spaces. Any of these spaces where you could
Yeah, but I feel like
fit a small person are places that we'd want to be searching.
I feel like this it's a good idea though
When
still,
him and
but
his
I
dad
feel
went
because
to
just
Crater
because that's
Lake
a
and,
lawyer right there
go on
for
a
you don't
little
have to worry about
vacation,
paying
the
out. That comes from
circumstances
that
behind
insurance.
his disappearance and the subsequent inability of the Park Service to find him is unusual. And they brought in canines. Canines couldn't pick up.
Very
the scent.
valid
They brought in
point,
air support. They couldn't find them.
GTP.
A multi.
I think it's the occult
Couldn't locate
though.
the
I
boy.
really do. I
8 years
think it might
earlier,
be people
another
connected to
8-year-old
the
boy,
cult.
Derek Ingebrigtsen, vanished from this spot, a densely wooded mountainside above Upper
But a
Klamath
12
Lake,
gauge is
not far
insane.
from
They're trying to
Crater
go against a
Lake
12
National
gauge.
Park.
Now we got.
We'll
a
see you
dog
later,
up here, I
SKM
guess.
Keith.
Took some
Might go
really
live
close.
later on with
We got a
Jose
dog up here.
and
that's
kill a
gonna
cob.
try to sniff him out or something.
Search and rescue crews spent more than 10,000 hours looking for Derek, but still haven't found a single clue.
When
$55
Derek
a
was
month.
out there with his
That's a
dad
damn
and
good
grandpa,
deal. $55 a month. That
somehow or another, he just
That's not
walked
bad at
around,
all.
didn't go far. There was snow on the ground. They should have been able to track him, and he vanishes.
That's another case that you search an area, you have good information, you go right to where they were, and they're just not there. I mean, after all this time, they still do a yearly search for that. They the search team goes out and does a training.
What
They search that area every year.
No, I ask you this, Joe. What caliber is
The
that?
search and rescue coordinator.
I be carrying my llama with me just about everywhere I go, besides my job, of course. That'd be kind of awkward if I was at work and that thing just fell out.
But they average about 900 searches a year.
Well, no one
Basically, be careful when you're out there walking,
told me
y'all.
personally a couple
And
months
there's
ago, he was
a
baffled by the
awesome
ones he
interview
can't
that
find.
Art Bill did with the guy
go, where they
who
disappeared to, or they just don't
wrote
wanna be
Missing
found.
411 and just discovered all these
And that comes into play,
connections.
too.
It's definitely worth the watch and
And
listen.
yet, Oregon does have its share of miraculous
Underground
and
military
mystifying
bases.
survival
Yep,
stories
Patricia.
also.
Just kind of got tunnel vision, you know, and just kept focusing in on walking down this one road. I really had no idea where I was going.
Cody Sheehy was just 6 years old when he wandered off.
But all these,
into the
do
Wallowa
you think it is
wilderness.
because they might get a little too
And
close
two
to a military
helicopters
base of
with
some
weird
kind?
technology couldn't find a trace
And
of
maybe
it,
they could
but
get caught
course
up in that and they
stamped
boom,
by
they
a
just
cold mixed snow
get
and
killed
rain.
by it.
In almost all these cases, they bring in helicopters with FLIR, forward-looking infrared radar.
From the effects
to
of
look for heat
that.
signatures
Remember
on the earth.
there's a
They
I
can't
told you
find
guys
heat
about the
signatures.
toxic
That's
algae a
unusual.
couple weeks
But the next
ago.
morning,
But the
15
family, a
hours
mom and
later,
dad and a
20
baby and a
miles
dog
away,
all walking and
Cody
then they
walked
just
up to
die.
a house and asked for help.
I was
And there could have been
physically
toxic fumes
at
coming
the
from
end
an
of my
old
rope
mine as
that
well,
next morning.
sulfur and shit.
If I hadn't been in a situation where people found me at that time, I don't know how I would have
Heard that, Joe. Yeah, I can only heard 10 in mine. I need to get I'm thinking about going to a 9 as
Before
well.
Cody's harrowing experience, Another astonishing story unfolded.
Yeah, I
near
carry
Pendleton,
45 though,
where
but I'm
2
thinking about
half-year-old
going down though, because that 40 trying to get
and
fully
stumbled
jacketed
over a dozen miles of
hollow point
snow-covered
ammo, dude. It's like
timberland in the
$50,
mountains
man,
before he
for
was
some hollow
found
points,
19
dude, for
hours later,
20.
stiff and cold, but alive.
I mean, to me, being a parent,
Yo, if
I
y'all
could see my
haven't seen that
2-year-old coming
movie
over to me
by
out
Jordan
in the
Peele,
dark.
Us,
That's pretty hard to
y'all
believe.
need to check it out. I'm not
And
gonna try to
there's some
spoil it,
cases
even though it's been
where
out for about
little
10
kids are
years,
alleged
but
to have walked up to 20
there's an
miles
underground
or
civilization of
climbed
people
phenomenal
that
heights, 3,000 and
they're
4,000
like
feet,
clones of the people that live above
and
ground, and the
does the
people living above
facts,
ground are walking
and
like this,
it's highly,
and the people
highly
below
hard to
ground are
believe.
doing this,
Not as
go
overly
just being
mystical
crazy,
person.
you know,
I
as the
don't
people
think
above
I
ground are
didn't
walking. It's
encounter
like they're
anything
mirroring each other.
to my memory that was unusual.
Woo!
Other than the fact that that situation
Bug,
was
dude.
extremely unusual.
Got a big hole.
Sheehy is alive, but the fate of others.
That's
like
a good
Garrett
idea. He's a
Gingerbread
smart
and
man,
Sammy
Laura. I
Loki
need to.
are why
That'd be
Politis
cool to
is
have.
digging
I was
for
thinking about getting me a
answers.
backup
In Belch's case, we
EDC.
interviewed one of the local
Pew
sheriffs
pew.
that was involved 2 days after
I think
he
this might be
disappeared
the man that.
about this incident. And I won't say what he said, but it's in the movie. It's pretty stunning.
Yeah, y'all need to check this movie out. I hate whenever the people
At
are
this
like,
point,
check out my
Politis
book,
doesn't
check out the
offer any of
movie.
his own theories for what happened. He does tell me his books just report the facts of the missing persons cases and that he doesn't believe in the paranormal per se.
I've got to show you guys this before we wrap up this episode, guys. I've got to show you guys this. This blows my mind. I think this is all connected to Missing 411. And we can go into it in the future as well. That damn gecko. But I think this is all connected, y'all. For sure. Missing 411, the guy that invented motion pictures. Boom, that's all I needed, sir. Okay, got that. His name is Louis LaPrince, guys. He went missing. He was the guy who invented motion pictures.
I think we're unique because now, as you can see, we are in a studio atmosphere anymore.
About to begin a green screen up here soon. This is the first filmed footage in history, and this is the guy that I'm telling you, he went missing on a train. Louis LaPrince is in it in 411. I'm going to watch it again. This is the first filmed footage in human history, supposedly. It's like, boom, they just disappear. How do these inventors just disappear into thin air? Yeah, he was on a train somewhere, and the next thing you know, they opened there. They got to the destination. All of his stuff is there, his luggage, but he was not there. And they found nobody along the way because they looked along the way to make sure he didn't throw himself out the of the train and shit. But yeah, it's weird. And maybe because they were tapping into some kind of extra dimensional shit by doing this. All these inventors, man. Louis LaPrince mysteriously vanished. I'm trying to find one that tells his story. Without tapping into someone's video too much. We got some 25-minute videos. I ain't trying to I'm not trying to watch these. I'm not trying to watch someone else's videos too hard. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be taking people's shit. We're gonna watch a little bit of this. This comes with obsolete oddity. Let's see what they got to say on this.
This is the tale of Louis Le Prince, whose talent with photography inspired him to formulate
shit.
ideas that would give movement to still images.
We about to
His
watch a
invention
little.
was about to bring him great wealth.
We about to watch
but in
something, y'all. This is
1890,
underneath.
he
We can watch
disappeared
this. This is a
without
YouTube.
trace,
This one's channel.
allowing Thomas Edison and the Lumiere brothers to step in and take credit for his creation.
Everything is a lie,
Relatively
Joe, until
unknown
proven
today,
factual.
Louis Le
You're
Prince
not.
is now
How
officially
can you
recognized
believe?
as the first person to record
Bushcraft
motion
family,
images on
my
film,
brother.
giving birth to today's motion picture industry.
You want to hop up on here and talk about this shit? Louis Le Prince, the guy who invented motion picture, how this man just disappeared, and all these other inventors. Somebody just said the inventor of some kind of
Louis M.
What did-
Augustin Le Prince was born on the 28th of August, 1841 in
Congratulations
Metz,
on the
France.
crossbow,
His father
Joe,
was a
whoever's
major
got
in
it.
the French army and often
Oh no,
went
Green
to pay
Thumb, you got the
visits to
crossbow?
a dear friend,
Oh, Laura got a
someone
badass
who would have a
crossbow,
dramatic
okay.
impact on Le Prince and the future of photography
Hmm.
as we know it. As a curious child hanging onto his father's hand, Le Prince was introduced to Louis Daguerre, a man who not only
Daguerre.
captured the young boy's interest, but whose name will forever be linked to the early science of photography. He invented a process where silver-plated copper is polished, treated with
Really?
fumes to make it light sensitive.
Oh, the man
and
who
then
invented electricity
exposed in
from
the
silver
camera
water,
for a
from
certain
salt
amount
water.
of time
Thank you, Green
until
Thumb
the
Preppers.
image appeared.
Wow, I would
Daguerre
love to have
sensed the raw
access
talent
to
and keen interest in the young Le Prince, and taught
It's one
him
of
the
those
ways
cameras.
of photography and chemistry
My wife would love
available
to have
at the
that
time.
shit. She's into
These
that kind of
childhood lessons
photography and
inspired Le Prince down a path
vintage.
of the arts, which saw him go on to study painting in Paris and postgraduate level chemistry at Leipzig University
My
in Germany.
brother.
After meeting an engineer by the name of John Whitley, Le Prince moved to Leeds, England to work for John's company as a designer. During his time at Whitley's, he met John's sister, Elizabeth, whom he went on to marry 3 years later in 1869. Le Prince started at the Leeds Technical School of Art in 1871 with his wife, where the couple soon built a reputation for color photography on metal and pottery.
What is the PAL course, GTP? What is the PAL course?
A decade later, Le Prince and his family moved to the United States while still working under Whitley, where he became manager for a group of French artists well known for large panoramic paintings of military battles. While working in the US, he worked on and developed an unusual camera which utilized 16 lenses for the purpose of a
Damn, that
technological
sucks.
race that was ongoing.
A purchase and
namely the motion
acquisition
picture,
license.
a concept that his competitors were still struggling to make a reality. While they were pondering how to achieve this, Louis had pipped them to the post by several years.
Now with the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3 on Verizon.
Le Prince's first prototype came in the form of a 16-lens camera which rotated between the lenses to take a sequence of frames.
Wow.
He reasoned that for the brain
That sounds
to see
like
a
they're trying to make you get a
continuous
driver's
image,
license.
as opposed to the familiar flickbook effect, there needed to be 16 frames per second. However, this produced an obvious problem. Each lens was, if only marginally, in a different position from its predecessor.
But that's why I
And
am
thus, the
slightly.
resulting
I'm
frames,
into the
when put in
idea
a
of flat
row and
Earth,
projected,
guys.
would create
It's
a
because
very
of all
wobbly
this.
set of
It is
moving
we live in a
images.
society.
Nevertheless, this was Le
where
Prince's
we're lied
first
to
patent.
so much by
He went on to invent
our
further
peers,
cameras,
our
each moving a
authorities,
step
the
closer
government,
to what would be a
our
remarkable
teachers.
breakthrough in motion picture technology.
And like our parents don't know about it, but they were taught the same lies. You know, they don't know. You know.
Industry.
What up, UGP? Urban Grandpa Prepper, how you doing, man?
He came to the conclusion that the images would have to be put onto glass slides and to have them move in front of a lens. The slides would be on a sort of conveyor belt that would rotate them in order in front of the lens and then back around again so that a continuous projection could be achieved. The first motion picture captured, and it is believed to be the first ever, was shot by Louis from Leeds Bridge in 1888.
Here it is again. Oh no, this is a new one.
Le Prince was understandably very proud of his invention and couldn't wait to share his achievements with his wife, who had remained in the US. She was very happy and excited for him and had prepared a small theatre in their home for the grand unveiling. Le Prince packed up his
what is the big deal about this this chick that? I mean, I feel bad for her that she was murdered and all, but why is it so big? Why is it the story so big?
Grandma Prepper, we'll see you later. Klingon, good to see you. Yeah, because it's because they want. I think it's because they want to kind of like this whole Gabby Batillo thing. I'm starting to agree. Hutch made a point. It's like something they're trying to do to come out against van life, kind of. It might be used again. They want to use it against something in the future, like you know, because it's obvious.
There's a big story that what everybody, all the big media is following. I want to know what is not being covered. You know what I mean?
They probably, you know, they're like what's going on with Ghislaine Maxwell. She's not being covered no more. You know what I'm saying? Is she still alive, or is she Epsteined herself? You know, like nobody's talking about any of that stuff no more. And I'm not trying to go Q. It has nothing to do with Q. But what? And if I am digressing, you might have to roll me back in, Bushcraft, because I didn't mean to go off topic. But see that they aren't covering the truth. It's because they're very open, you know. But it seems it's I don't even know, man.
Well, anytime they start focusing on one thing, it seems like there's something that they don't want to see in the background going on or something. It always seems like there's something fishy going on when there's a subject. I mean, I feel bad for her getting murdered and all, but there's a lot of people get murdered every day. Why is that story so much more? Why is it everywhere?
That Gabby Batillo shit.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
Because they want to take off the attention from the other. Like you said, it's because they don't want people being like, how come so many children are going missing every day, you know, or how come so many other women are going missing every day, you know what I'm saying? How many people in general are dying every day?
Yeah, then all these people coming in through this is a real touchy subject, but coming in from the border,
the Haitians or the like Guatemalans and shit, and
it doesn't make or
just anybody who's like,
all these people are coming in. All of a sudden, the story switches to the border patrol using whips.
That's what I heard.
It's not whips.
What is it now? I don't know the full story behind that. What are they using? What's going on?
It's reins, that the thing they use to steer the
on the horse and shit, and they'll just like have a bunch of them. We're like, come on, move, guys.
Well, they use, because if they were just walking or running on a flat country road somewhere, you wouldn't have long reins. But these horses are going up hills and rocky terrain and stuff, so they need the longer reins to get the horse to move. And so if they're way back, they can hold on to the reins and stuff like that.
Okay. I mean, that's better than like kicking them or some shit, you know? They got to get out the way, you know? They got to go to where.
Yeah.
They got to listen to what they're being told to do, you know? And they do, you know, I feel, mark my words, guys. You're going to hear a story about the Taliban, the Caliphate of Afghanistan going across the border to Pakistan and stealing one of their nuclear weapons. And they were going to have the Caliphate of Afghanistan with nuclear weapons. Mark my words. We'll see you there. UGP, he going live at 2 Eastern today. Definitely check that out. Has anyone heard about that cyber attack? I heard a little bit more. Have you heard about that agriculture grain attack, Bushcraft?
Yeah. Actually, see, I reported it. It's kind of funny because I called this already. All these that were supposed to happen. I
remember
videos about it. Now, I noticed a lot of shows. What show was this? Can't remember the dang show. Oh, I think it's called A Resident or something like that. I was scrolling through, and the first thing that popped in my head was they showed a hacker image. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna sit here and watch this for a second. And it's ransomware. They took over the hospital, and I'm like, well, this is interesting. And then I found out there's another show. They showed the same thing of getting the hospital taken over. I'm like, wow, this is kind of interesting. I had called this 3 months ago and said this there was going to be more of these, because I told people you need to get your medical records, actual hard copy, not a disc or anything, actual paperwork. Get the whole medical records and keep them in a safe place, because there's a lot of cyber attacks taking this data and deleting it or selling it and stuff like that, and then boom, here it starts up now.
Yeah, they're hitting not only the they're hitting the grain and food processing stuff. Like there's 5.9 million. And how much was it they did for the oil?
And they'll pay for that too.
Because you gotta think 5.9 million is that seems like it's nothing and shit.
And the longer they hold off on that, the less that gets out to the public. I mean, we're so far behind now, it's crazy.
See, yeah, and it seems like it's just not right, man. Like this is affecting, like, let me see. Let's read a little bit about this. Let's read some of it. The U.S. grain, pork, and chicken supply could be at risk after a ransomware attack. A new cooperative, Inc., has forced Iowa-based agriculture services provider systems to go offline. This is from September 21st. Out of an abundance of caution, we have proactively taken our systems offline to contain the threat, and we can confirm that it's been successfully contained. So they say that means that they paid that $5.9 million.
Yep. And the thing is, majority of the time, it's not the company. It's somebody that works there at the company is just dumb on computers, and they click on something from their home on the computer that they have access to the company, and they'll log in, they'll get phished or something like that, and boom, there goes their password, and as soon as they get in, it's done. And the thing is, there's if you go on the dark web, if you go on and you go to these market forums, you can see what places access to these places, how much they cost. I mean, for something like that, they probably cost like 3,000. Well, bit. They don't use actual money. They use stuff for the dark web. But anyways, you can see how much they pay for the access to get to these places, and you can see which ones are being sold. it'll say sold, and the ad will still be on that form, and you can scroll through all this stuff, anywhere from hospitals to power companies that control a certain section of a grid, and it says sold, so somebody's already got access to that, and that's the scary part.
That's your information just out there. How long have people been able to do this for, man?
It's increased in the last 3 years. Really, really bad.
And do you think this is connected to government, or do you think this is private sector?
Well, the
cyber war.
We'll go back to the gas thing, the pipeline. They paid that ransom, but they
$5.9 million.
Yeah, they didn't say they paid it.
So it was resolved.
The actual hackers said that they paid it so that they would get credit for this. It's like, haha, we got you. Basically, our government was doing a packet. Trying to think of a word to say this. Basically, they with the money, they sent something that they can trace them.
So they could find out the point of origin where
it got all the way to Russia, and then internet went down. You remember a while back when everybody on YouTube couldn't get on YouTube and various different things. That's when all that went down. They shut down. They shut down so they couldn't get traced.
I thought something was funny. I was like, oh, how come nobody can do anything? They cut me off during a live. They cut a lot of people off during lives.
Yeah,
like everybody is like no internet.
They had completely shut down routes that went to. Now my VPN, I was still up. I could still watch people's lives that were still going.
Now, do you use a special kind of VPN?
Yeah.
Okay. What would you recommend to everybody? If
I use my own, well, it's not my own browser, but it's a special browser. It's Epic Privacy Browser, and it already has built-in VPNs on there. It's just like Google Chrome, but they take out all the tracking stuff, so you can't be tracked.
Hard, okay.
And like I said, I use a VPN, so except for now, I can't do it with here because it would just lag too much. So I use my regular Google. But normally I use a VPN, so I'm untraceable basically, which is not 100% either, but it's better than nothing.
I hear about Nordstrom all the time. VPN, is that a reliable one? That's something that you're kind of like having to pay for and
you
shit.
have to pay for it though.
Yeah, see, that's probably like $35 a month or some shit.
I like the free stuff.
So yeah, I'm trying to take that advice on how to do the without getting the green screen and shit, man. I'm still gonna hit you up on how to do all the technology where you get Trump dancing beside you and shit, and you got the Super Saiyan and shit. Like,
no,
like
well, that's just what you call it. It's basically filters. I was actually going to start making some of these.
Dude, that'd be badass.
Yeah.
Get your own brand going. Man, yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off there for a second. Look, there he is. Amish Biden. Yeah, you blew my mind with that VPN stuff, man, because that's something I've been thinking about getting for a long time. Is doing VPNs, like,
Yeah.
'cause you can watch movies from other countries, right?
Oh yeah.
Like Netflix from Japan and Australia and shit. Like, we'll see what happens in this future, man. What do you think we're looking at for as far as the future goes, Bushcraft?
Well, a lot of places are enforcing the mandate, especially the trucking part of it. Because I actually got a video deleted for talking about the people who drive those. I don't know if that's a bad word or not. I'm still trying to figure out why.
What, the electronic vehicles?
No. The actual people that drive the trucks. I don't know if that's a bad word.
Say it. Or put it in the private chat so I can know at least what it is. Please.
Well, I'm sure everybody knows what it is.
I'm a squirrel though. I'm full squirrel mode though. Oh yeah, dude. You can. I don't see no reason why not.
My video got deleted.
Oh really?
Yeah. So
Oh shit.
But
Heard
anyways, their mandates on the meat places. Come October 1st, the employees have to get it. November 1st, everybody else does. So after November, how many people are actually going to have or going to walk away?
I mean, they already are testing the vehicles that drive themselves, dude. You know what I'm saying? They could just be like, they'd be like, all right, goodbye. You saw the question from Aaron Goodman. Is the VPN on Slightly Offensive any good?
I don't know. Like I said, I use if you go to Bush Tech, my little tech channel, I did a video on how to set the Epic privacy browser up and how to do the VPN. Like I said, I just do the free ones because there's tons of free ones out there that you can use. And one on Chrome here is One Click VPN. Yeah, it's not that big. It has United States, Canada, Netherlands,
Northern
Spain,
Girl Hobbies,
and UK.
What is it? What am I looking? I'm sorry, I got lost of it.
Because you can get.
Do you have a website too?
It's not a web. It's another YouTube channel.
Okay, no, I'm looking it up right now on YouTube. I've seen if you had a.
I don't know if it's actually got to where
I'm already subscribed to Bush Tech.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Let me see. How the hell do I
know Northern Girl.
The legendary Northern Girl Hobbies. No, let me see. Let me try to find the video that you. Let me see.
I don't have many videos, so
it's the one where you. You have some shit. That's awesome. You have some shit. Let me see. I'm gonna show people. Like, that's badass, dude. You have some stuff where it's like. See, I like the style of that where you get like top 10 mistakes YouTubers make when they're starting off, or how to do the thumbnail, or how to get like.
Right there it is, right there. That how to set up Epic privacy browser.
Can we watch it real
permission.
quick?
I'm not monetized.
I'm also gonna. I'm gonna share it too, so people will like. Let me see. Let's check it out, y'all. That's badass.
Hello and welcome back to Bush Tech. Today, what we're going to be working on, it's not so much how to improve your YouTube channel or anything like this, but it is very, very important. Many of you may know or may not know of the outages that happened the other day, Tuesday night. A lot of places went down. A lot of sites went down. Some internet places went down. Cell phone services went down. There's a lot affected by this.
This is that
thing that happened.
debacle,
I'm not going to go
right?
into details
Where everybody,
because
because everybody was
YouTube
wanting to know
doesn't like
how
me
I
talking
was
about
still
that stuff. So we're going to
able
try
get
to
on channel.
go over things that might
Okay.
help you if something like this happens again. A lot of people have asked me about what I use, and I'll try to explain some of the things. I use a thing called Epic Privacy Browser. Let's go over here. Basically, how it works, you actually have to install a couple things, but it's free. It uses it's called a proxy.
The same thing as
another term is
Chrome.
called a VPN, virtual private network, and just the title tells you what it is. Basically, you connect to a server somewhere in the world that allows you privacy through that network. It's a very secure network, and it's very hard to hack that said network. Excuse me. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how to get everything up and running. So you're going to go ahead and download Epic Privacy Browser. I'll put the link down below. Once you download that and install it, it'll pop up with the screen similar to this one. Now, it'll give you all this information, encrypted data preferences, and all this stuff. One-click encryption proxy.
Yeah, I didn't want to get into too much of that.
Now,
Confuse people too
we're
much.
looking at this screen. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to go all the way over here. Look at my mouse over here on the right-hand side.
It is good.
Three dots up here. And this is how do you get to your
Is it
settings
soft
and whatnot.
tonic? I'm trying to download it right now.
The basic principle of this browser, it is almost identical to the Chrome. Google Chrome browser.
We got a badass question, Bushcraft.
They've taken out everything that Chrome put in there to track what you're doing, so that it's more secure and private. Now you're going to go up to here where it says customize and control Epic Privacy Browser. Click that, and then you're going to scroll down here where it says more tools. You're going to go over here to extensions. Click that. Now there's nothing here, so you have to go to their store. Once you click this, it'll bring up some more things. Now we're going to go over here to where it encrypted proxy VPN service. Normally you have to pay for a service like that,
but we ain't trying to pay for that shit. What's good? This man is teaching us how to do it the cost-effective way. And I'm gonna be. I hope there's no other thing. Let me see. Let me go back. Trying to make sure. So, Epic. It's on epicbrowser.com, right?
Yeah. There's in the description. There's a download link for it.
Okay, sweet. Okay.
The thing is, whenever, like if you go to YouTube and just go to a video, it shows you all the stuff it blocks that they're trying to get information from you. Wow. It shows you tons of stuff that is being trying to get onto your browser. and your cookies and your cash and all that stuff.
Wow. Why do you think they're... I'd like to know what the hell they want with all this fucking... Pardon my language. It's a little too early with all this information, dude.
That's how they get they do their algorithms and stuff like that.
To get our commercials and shit.
Yeah.
I feel that. Midwest Bow 33 asks, any tips on navigation for woods that you haven't been and finding your way back? Went out into the marsh today, got turned around pretty badly, wondering if anyone had any pointers besides actual markers.
Marshes, you actually have to know. You have to know your area.
That's probably constantly changing, right?
I wouldn't rely on anything GPS or anything like that. I would learn the sun and stuff like that. A lot of times, one side of the tree will grow. See, I'm not real familiar about marshes and stuff, but like in the wooded areas, moss will grow on one side of the tree and won't grow on the other side of the tree. So you kind of learn your directions from the sun and things like that. I was always good at just knowing, because I went on. There's the hiking trail. It goes from, I don't know where it starts at, but it starts down south and goes all the way up north here on the east side, and it's a big long trail and stuff like that.
Is it in Ohio?
It's all over the United States. It's from the south end to the north end. I forget what they call it, but it goes through a few states. I actually went off trail because it was so crowded with just some weird people. I'll put it that way. But I went in. I looked at the map and I said, well, I see the trail going like this, or going in a curve area, and everybody's going to be going that way. I'm just going to cut past these guys and go through here. And I followed my direction and made it all the way to the trail and everything, and was fine.
Midwest Bow said Appalachian Trail.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
True American Loretta, good to see you.
And another time I did this was I was in Job Corps in Nemo, South Dakota, and it was probably a good 70-80 miles away was Sturgis. And Sturgis was getting ready to go off. So a bunch of us decided, hey, we're going to walk to Sturgis. So we all started walking. And I said, well, this is kind of dumb, because as soon as we miss roll call, they're going to have the cops out looking for us. And so I said, I'm just going to go cross country. I'm going to go through the woods and everything. And they said, well, you'll get lost. You'll never make it. You'll get eaten by bears. And I was the only one that actually made it to Sturgis for the whole weekend. I ended up getting busted the last night and got a ride back though.
Wow. Legendary.
But that was some of the best country I ever hiked through was in South Dakota.
I've never been. I've always wanted to. Aaron Goodman, we'll see you later. I think we might be coming on the time to have to call it a quits. If you're gonna have to, because yes, Klingon, exactly. That's like I would say, like, do not text and drive, Loretta. In chat, you guys keep an eye out in the in chat. You got anything you want to give out, any information? I might be going live later if you want to join again later. I'm gonna have a couple buddies on, Jose and shit, Kill a Cobb. So check out this private chat real quick. It's
Just
hilarious.
shoot me a text whenever you.
That's what I was about to say. I'll just message you, tell you what's going on. Yeah, and whoever is Matt, there's somebody here that was messing with your brother, Northern Girl Hobbies, the people that's taking up his trail. You got anything you want to plug in? Anybody in the chat got anything they want to plug?
No.
All right, guys.
Milk on my beard. I'm not drinking milk.
No, chat. Who's this guy? Take care of this guy, mods. But I'm gonna be going on Prepping with Sarge's show this Friday. All right, and then we're gonna be talking about EDC. And then on the next, and that's going to be pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Sarge is chill, dude. He's real. That's going to be cool. And then Urban Prepping Grandpa, my bad.
Oh, yeah,
he's
it's
going
2 o'clock.
Yeah, he's going live 2 o'clock. So it'll be about an hour away from me right now. Northern Girl Hobbies, she about to drop that. Yeah, I know. Time's been flying by. Time flies by and you're having fun. I was finally off of work today, man. So
yeah, I'd get you some tea. I don't know if
I have a chamomile. I asked for chamomile.
It's something that's got a lot of vitamin C in it. Vitamin C is good. Get over this stuff. The only thing I was really worried about is getting into my lungs, because it's a lot of people have a hard time getting that out of your lungs. Yeah, everybody's wanting me to give them medical advice and stuff. No, I'm not a doctor. I can't give advice.
Get up on this. Are you on this Discord?
Yeah. Is that your Discord, Northern Girl?
We could start watching movies on some of these Discords.
Where's Mother?
That is hers. I think that is
yeah,
hers.
I'm already on there.
Oh, dude, we can start saying all that. We can start talking shit on here, man. Discord don't do anything.
Oh yeah, that's why I've had a disc, but I don't.
God bless you, Klingon.
Do any inviting or anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, guys and gals. Oh shit, she had a wounded chicken cut.
Oh, in mine.
I hope that it gets better, Northern Girl. Well, guys, much love. Thanks for sticking it out here. We've been on here for about 2 hours, kicking ass. Bushcraft, my brother. I'll be hitting you up here later on. I'm going live later and shit. If you're down, I hope you get better. If you're feeling better. If I'm feeling better, we'll see what's good. But peace, all y'all.
Catch you later.